All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk Bitcoin. Brandon here from Los Angeles, California. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you are listening in from and your name. See, Cynthia from Phoenix. How's the weather out there for you, Cynthia? All of California is having much needed rain right now. Need it. We don't like it, but we need it. Good morning, Stan Williams from Tampa, Florida. Another spot that's probably having great weather. Elijah Morgan from Hercules, California. Welcome. Eric White, Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share a suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. There's 4 rules to live by in the crypto space, or 4 rules that I live by. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. Don't get greedy. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? Take action. Find a vehicle that you can use to get you there, like KGX. Stay focused and do not get distracted. There's so many things out there that can distract you in this space. You have limited resources. Now, following these rules is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. All right, so let me go ahead and get screen share set up, see what we can learn today. Come on, computer, don't go slow on me now. Share screen. All right, here we go. You should be able to see my screen. And first and foremost, we always start off by looking at the market. What is the market telling us? Well, we're at 121 billion. We've lost about $1 billion, maybe a little less than $1 billion over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance is at 52.4%. Bitcoin still at negative 0.35%. That's almost identical to what it was yesterday. EOS is the only one I see in the green in the top 10. But the market looks pretty flat. So it's still been flat. The last 24 hours, we've got best performers Augur, Power Ledger, Loop Ring, Status, VeChain, Steam, no top coin, maybe Ethereum Classic at 2.76%. Worst performers the last 24 hours, Gyra Coin, Aurora, Eternity, Electronium at negative 3.9%. So yeah, I see a flat market, not too much that's taking place there. What's going on, Bonita? Wait, Stan, 70 degrees and beautiful. See, here in California right now, it is storming. When it rains hard, and I know those of you on the East Coast will make fun of me for that, but this is like Storm Watch 2019 because it's raining hard. You guys have snow days. We have rain days. All right. Let's look at this article here. Dow, Bitcoin Flash red. What's dragging on the markets? All right, let's put that link in the chat box. I know what's dragging the crypto market, but what do they mean by the Dow? Is there any correlation? Both Dow Jones Industrial Average futures and the Bitcoin price slipped into decline ahead of Thursday's U.S. trading session. What's dragging the crypto and stock markets down? Well, as of 8:52 a.m. Eastern Time, Dow futures were down 62 points, or 0.26%, after falling more than 100 points earlier in the pre-market session. Both the S&P 500 and NASDAQ also awaited opening bell losses, as futures for the other two major U.S. indices were down 0.21% and 0.09% respectively. The break to the downside marks a sharp reversal for the stock market, which had recorded solid gains on Tuesday and Wednesday, when the Dow closed at 24,207 for a gain of 141.57 points, or 0.59%. Wall Street have responded positively to better than expected earnings results from major financial institutions, including Goldman Sachs and Bank of America, whose share prices rose 9.5% and 7.2% respectively, to lead the S&P 500 on Wednesday. However, the market continues to waffle on the looming threats of the government shutdown, U.S.-China trade war, and Brexit uncertainty. One day, the Dow and its sisters point north after U.S. President Donald Trump tweets that the U.S. and China are close to reaching a new trade agreement, and firms such as United Airlines reports that the government shutdown has not affected their bottom line. Seemingly, the next, insiders such as Jamie Dimon predict that the government shutdown could stunt U.S. economic growth, and analysts warn that trade war exacerbated weaknesses in the Chinese and or U.S. could throw the economy into a recession. As Wall Street awaits Thursday's opening bell, it appears the market intends to follow the second script. The Wall Street Journal reports that U.S. prosecutors have opened a criminal investigation into electronics manufacturer giant Huawei, alleging that the China-based firm stole trade secrets from U.S. companies. The Huawei controversy has heightened tensions between China and the U.S. and its neighbor to the north, Canada. Increasingly, this seems to be an elephant in the room for U.S. and Chinese negotiators as they discuss a new trade agreement. And analysts have warned that it threatens to derail the progress that both sides indicate has been made in recent weeks. Also dragging on pre-market trading was Morgan Stanley's dreadful earning results, which showed that the bank recorded more than 10% less profit in the fourth quarter than analysts had expected. This is not Morgan Stanley's finest hour, said Octavio Marenzi, CEO of capital markets consultancy Optimus, in remarks cited by CNBC. In wealth management, Morgan Stanley's revenues were down 6%, while competing firms were able to eke out single-digit growth. In equities trading, Morgan Stanley was even further behind the competition, with flat revenues where other investment banks were able to benefit from market volatility and show double-digit growth. If nothing else, Morgan Stanley's results, contrasted with those of Bank of America and Goldman Sachs, demonstrate that not everything is rosy on Wall Street. Nor is everything rosy in Crypto Valley. The Bitcoin price ebbed below 3,600 on Thursday, declining around 1.22% to reduce its market cap to 63.4 billion. Granted, that's a relatively benign shift for the flagship crypto, that's true, but it's concerning that Bitcoin appears determined to flirt with the 3,500 level. I'm telling you guys, I see this thing going down to probably 2,500 before we see any major reversal in the North Division. So trader and former IMF economist Mark Dow has said is a crucial support for Bitcoin USD. If the Bitcoin price fails to hold that level, Dow has said on multiple occasions, even holders need to GTFO. Yeah, you can do that. And you guess who's going to buy those coins? Because here's the thing, guys. If you put your order in as a sale and it sells, that meant somebody was willing to buy at that level. I just want you to think about that. Why? So if you are one of the little guys, you're worried you got a couple $1,000s in there, you start getting scared because the price comes down and you sell, who's buying? Who's buying? And they're buying a lot. What do they know? The Winklevoss twins, Tim Draper, all these guys are not fazed at all by the current price of Bitcoin. Not at all. In fact, they don't mind it going down, shaking the tree. It's giving them a chance to reset the button. It's like you guys always say, I wish I would have got started back in 2014. Price of Bitcoin was like 300, 400 bucks. I wish I got in back then. That's what the rich people were saying when the price was at 10,000 plus. I wish I would have got in when it was only at $2,000 a coin. They're getting their wish. Analysts such as Willie Woo, who believes the Bitcoin price has a bright future over the long run, continue to point to technical indicators such as Bitcoin network volatility and to make the case that the crypto bellwether is not out of the woods yet, as CCN has previously reported. Wu says that BNV, which measures the volume of coins changing hands, must stabilize before the market can grind upward. At present, BNV remains erratic, signifying that the market is cycling through a bear detox phase. All right, let's see what's going on with Russia. Russian Prime Minister, don't bury crypto over bear market woes. Got to pay attention. Now the Russians are they are talking good and in favor of Bitcoin and crypto. They're separating the two. What's the agenda here? Why do they care? And this is the Prime Minister of Russia. What's the highest ranking U.S. official to directly talk about crypto while still in office? Anybody know the answer to that? It hasn't been Trump. It hasn't been Pence. See, in Russia, the prime minister is second in command to Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin has spoken on it directly. Their prime minister, Dmitry Medvedev, has spoken on it directly. The head of their central bank has spoken on it directly. The United States, as high as I can go, Steve Bannon, who was what was his title? Like security advisor or top advisor for Donald Trump. He spoke of Bitcoin directly after he left the White House. So far, I know Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer, the head of the CFTC, the head of the SEC, and then you got a couple of congressmen. But the White House directly, no. So here's what the Prime Minister of Russia has to say. Medvedev has addressed the cryptocurrency bear market in a speech at the Gaidar International Scientific Forum, according to local media outlets, TASS. On Tuesday, Medvedev stressed the importance of careful monitoring the situation of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, citing their volatility as a cause for concern, but stating that the technology had its benefits and should not be cast aside. Speaking on the extreme volatility seen in 2018, the Prime Minister and former president said, but this, of course, is not a reason to bury them, cryptocurrencies. Here, there are both light sides and dark sides, as in any social phenomenon, in any economic institute. And we should just watch closely what happens to them. He's right. Medvedev went on to discuss trade protectionism, social inequalities, and the speed and scope of global digital transformation, saying that the situation with the cryptocurrency market was among these global challenges. The statements come directly after a rumor of major Russian investment in Bitcoin went viral throughout the cryptocurrency news space recently, with numerous media outlets parroting the story that Russia would be purchasing $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. CCN reported that the story was likely fake news. The story originated from a tweet made by a Russian economist on Twitter and had been exaggerated in the media. Yeah, I don't have any confirmation that that's actually true. We covered this the other day, that this tweeter kind of created news and then it ran with it off of that. Russian Presidential Academy of National Economy and Public Administration economist Vladislav Ginko recently stated he believes Russia may use Bitcoin to hedge against sanctions, and his opinion was adopted as gospel by crypto media outlets, possibly as an effort to pump the price of Bitcoin, or perhaps simply due to bad reporting. While it's possible that Russia will at some point use Bitcoin as a hedge, there has been no official government statement to back that up. Russia is reportedly preparing a bill to outline cryptocurrency regulations over the course of the next 2 months. According to TASS, the State Duma, lower house of Russian parliament, will be drafting a January-February bill to regulate ICOs and cryptocurrency crowdfunding, among other aspects of digital asset trading and management. The head of the State Duma Committee on the Financial Market, Anatoly Aksakov, stated on January 14th, the long-awaited law on digital financial assets is in the GPU for approval. It is in conjunction with 2 others, the law on the regulation of investment platforms or crowdfunding and changes to the Civil Code. We agreed that the law on digital financial assets should be adopted along with these 2 legislative acts. Judging by the information that I have, this is January, February, most likely February, of course. Consideration of all 3 bills should pass. Man, I can't wait till the U.S. government starts acting like this. I mean, they are full steam ahead. We got to be able to see the warning signs here, because whatever they do is going to directly and indirectly impact all of us. Yeah, that's why I stay paying attention to geopolitics, what's going on around the world. And last up, as I said in my Facebook Live the other day, we are headed for a major shift in blockchain technology. And I'm talking about technology that we use every single day. Every single one of you has a cell phone, whether you like crypto or you don't. And every time a new phone comes out, the latest gadget, everybody wants it, like when a new pair of Jordans come out. The new wave, and I still think maybe, especially for retail side, the regular people, the general public, it still might be maybe 2 years off. But you're going to start to see it now. A new trade war is going to happen in the cell phone space, in the digital space, tablets, phones, all devices like that, that's connected to, that can, in other words, let me put it this way, anything that can connect to the internet. All right. That's a better word to use. You're going to start seeing some cool stuff coming out. And here, look at this article 2 hours ago. One chain joins Telefonica, one of the world's largest telephone operators, developing a mobile blockchain future. Really? I mean, am I just talking? Well, let me rephrase that. Have I been just talking crazy for the last 3 months? The first time I brought this up was October 2018. One of my main goals is to make sure this type of technology we bring into KGX, one way or another. You're going to start seeing this all over the place. And when you do, I want you to remember, yeah, Brandon was talking about this. But let's see, what is OneChain trying to do? Because right now, up to now, let's keep track. We've got cell phone SIM cards that allow you to have unlimited talk, text, web, and data for $300, so you don't pay a cell phone bill for 5 years. We've got the Finny blockchain phone that is the world's first blockchain phone that allows you to store crypto on your device separate from the phone system itself. You have the HTC One that just launched their blockchain phone. The Finny, so far from what I've seen, is better, but there's competition there. You have Pundi X that has on their drawing boards to launch their blockchain phone sometime in 2019. And now we have OneChain joining Telefonica to develop a mobile blockchain future. So if anybody has any questions on what the heck is Brandon doing, Brandon is being smart, reading the signs, taking advantage of this. There is no time to wait. I'm tired of waiting. 11path, a subsidiary of Telefonica, has tapped OneChain in an effort to build a secure blockchain platform for the mobile generation. Rivet is a security company which works extensively in the blockchain space and also plays an important role in the new effort. OneChain is an Ethereum fork which specializes in cross-chain compatibility. With OneChain, users can hold both Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right, hey, well, something happening. People blowing me up right now all at once. Man, it's like automatic fire. Boom, 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 boom. All right. With OneChain, users can hold both Bitcoin and Ethereum. In an exclusive talk with OneChain's Dan Rieker, TCN learned that its interchain operability is what sets OneChain apart in the eyes of the communications giant Telefonica's cybersecurity division. At a minimum, the companies intend to leverage blockchain security and deliver a frictionless experience to existing Telefonica subscribers. On the one hand, a wallet solution for both traditional and crypto assets seems obvious. Something happened I don't know about. My phone is blowing up. You guys hearing anything? Whenever that happens, then something's going on. Anyway, the phone is nearly as ubiquitous as cash and cards these days. Blockchain solutions can be far more secure than traditional near-field communications options. At the same time, CCM was told that on-chain envisions other use cases for this integration, such as transferable rewards programs and non-fungible token support. Dual roots of trust. Rivets has pioneered a concept called dual roots of trust. What does that mean? A draft press release made available to CCN describes the technology in the following terms. With dual roots of trust, a user's private key is cryptographically distributed between two independent roots of trust, the trusted execution environment and the carrier subscriber identity module, SIM. Okay. Telefonica intends to use on-chain as its base platform. Ethereum developers will find environment familiar. Good grief. I'm not gonna look at my phone at all. I don't know if something's going down, but it's blowing up and I got multiple people hitting me up all at the same time. And here's the thing, guess what? I'm actually, you're listening to me on my crypto phone right now. That's what's cool. It hasn't had one drop call. It hasn't had any buffering. It works better than my main phone. So that's why I'm excited. I've been testing the thing out for over a month now. All right. The name Telefonica may not mean much to our American audience, but it's a globally massive brand. And just so you know, because I can't mute my phone. Every time I put the phone on vibrate, 2 seconds later, it comes off vibrate. And I don't know why. I got to go down to the store to figure that out. Anyways, good grief. You guys are seeing how my day is. This is how my day is, people. If you ever wanted to be a fly on the wall in my house, this is how my day is. Oh, good grief. Man. It's distracting me. All right, let's get back to this. A massive network of demand. The name Telefonica may not mean much to our American audience, but it's a globally massive brand. They are the 123rd largest company in the world, according to Forbes, and claims a massive user base of over 250 million subscribers. So here's my goal. Since January 2018, our goal is to bring crypto awareness to the masses. That is what KGX is all about. Bring crypto awareness to the masses. But you know the best way to do that? Because when you're in business, you always, after a couple of months, you take a step back, you look at the things that you've been doing, what's working and what's not working, and you take an assessment of it. And you would think that with crypto and blockchain being the greatest invention since the internet, that's going to change and disrupt every single industry on the planet, you would think common sense would tell you, I think I need to be educated on this, right? You would think the average person would have that in their head. And if they were approached with a program that says, for only $300, we're going to teach you everything you need to know about crypto so that when you come into this space, you're going to be just a little bit dangerous. You're going to be able to write your own check. Even if you don't believe in crypto, if you want to have a job, if you want to be employed in the future, you're going to need to know about this. Think about that. That should be common sense, right? But again, we're dealing with people. So most people don't act on something unless they see it hurting them or a direct effect. I don't know. But I figured out how to get to the masses. So anybody want, why is Brandon talking about SIM cards and stuff? Why are we trying to bring that into KGX? Because I know the way to the masses is through what they're using every single day. what they have their eyeballs on 24/7. I just saw a report that said the adult person spends 40% of their awaking time with their head in their phone or tablet or computer. 40%. That's the average person is in front of a screen. And I'm not even talking about TV time. We're talking about your computer, your tablet, and your phone. And if the phones turn crypto and blockchain, you are now reaching everybody. Do you get it now? You're reaching everybody. So let me continue. $250 million subscribers, primarily focused on mobile and telecommunications. They also compete in some markets as an ISP. Research explains to CCN that the most likely use of on-chain will be in the background. Subscribers will utilize blockchain products as part of their regular service without knowing it. Stop right there. Stop right there. I'm going to quote that. This is what I said. Whenever I do, I'm doing a KGX presentation tonight. And I say, for those of you that say, this is not for you, you don't really feel that you need crypto education, I understand, go back to your life. But here's what I always say. You're going to start driving around. You're going to start seeing Bitcoin ATM machines all over the place. You're going to stop off at Starbucks to get that coffee. They're going to say, we now accept crypto as payments. You're going to go into your job and they're going to say, we need to set up a Bitcoin wallet because we're going to pay you in Bitcoin. But then here's what's worse, because people don't care about none of that. They care about their phone. The phone in your hand is going to be utilizing blockchain technology and you don't even know it, but you paid for it. You guys seeing the big picture here? See, it's not about, even just for those of you that are crypto investors, it's not about the SIM cards. It's not about the phone. It is about new companies that are going to become the next Amazons that you can be a part of now and invest in. This is bigger than SIM cards. This is bigger than eliminating your phone bill. This is how would you like to be at the beginning of Amazon and you're able to invest in it. We're talking about getting a part of companies that haven't blown up yet. And you guys hearing about this, 99% of people with cell phones don't even know that this is about to take place. You are in a privileged position. Why I can't sleep at night. Let me continue here. If I could put what I know in your guys' head, I'm trying to express it. And even doing that, not everybody gets. It's okay. All the usual market testing and regulatory Olympics that major companies face in every move play into this. Presentation in February, the 2019 Mobile World Congress in Barcelona will feature a demonstration and further explanations from the three companies in February. Secure blockchain phones are beginning to penetrate the market. Major firms like HTC have developed serious options. However, a carrier-based solution will have a much wider reaching effect for blockchain adoption as a whole. Stop right there. Why the SIM cards, Brandon? Why are you talking about it? Blockchain phones are blockchain phones. They're not the service provider. Just wait. Mark my words, like I said the other day. Within 2 years, if not less, there will be no more cell phone bills, period, across the board. How do I know this? Let's just look in the past. See, I got my start in this space dealing with long distance with ACN in the 90s. Do you guys remember the long distance wars of the 90s? Remember that? When I had my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, she's from Philly and I'm from LA. So when we would go home for break from school, because we met in Atlanta in college. She was at Clark Atlanta. I was at Morehouse. When we would go home, we couldn't afford to talk to each other. Long distance was too expensive. You remember those days? So we wrote letters to each other. This was before email and stuff. We wrote letters to each other. One conversation took a week and a half. My son found some old letters the other day and laughed at us. He just don't know. However, when companies started to compete with each other over bringing down your long distance bill, long distance started to become cheap. Remember that? All these companies competing with each other to the point where long distance, I mean, who pays for long distance? I guess international is long distance now. Nobody pays for long distance. It comes with the program. And then cell phones came on. And you had the cell phone. The cell phone prices were high until you had competition. Next thing you know, cell phones were cheap. And now it's not about the phone anymore because people don't buy a phone to talk to people. I don't know about you, but I get annoyed when my phone rings. Shoot me a text. The way we use phones and the way we communicate has changed. It has evolved. I get annoyed when somebody tries to call me on Facebook Messenger. When that, I'm like, oh, what the heck? What are you interrupting me for? The way we communicate has changed. People are spending a lot of money on phone bills because they want to get that $800 to $1,000 phone and pay, $20 a month on it for a 2-year contract. But when you start having companies like the one I'm selling the SIM cards for is saying we're going to eliminate your phone bill. What is Sprint, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, Simple Mobile, all these subcarriers, what are they going to do? They're going to follow suit to remain competitive. So soon there won't be any phone bills. They have other ways of charging you. I have very much experience in this space. I helped take a company to the second fastest growing company in America in this space. And that was when there was huge competition. There was 10 cell phone companies out there. And we weren't nearly the biggest. And right now, there's nobody. There's only one carrier I know of that is actually offering the service, not just the phone. Now, I'm going to tell you the goal, because I already said this before, so if anybody's confused. The goal within KGX is to bring on any of these phone providers like Siren Labs and the Finney, the blockchain phone. That's just a phone. You're still going to need service. And to bring on a company like MCS, and it may not be MCS because MCS is going to have competition as well. That's going to offer the service, the SIM card. So you put the SIM card in the Finney or whatever phone we offer, and now you got the best of both worlds. That's the ultimate goal. We're not there yet, but we're getting close. OneChain founder Jack Liu couldn't be more excited about the, wait a minute, I stopped somewhere because I read that sentence. People as a whole, they don't know how it works yet. Presentation in February. Let's see. In 2019, Mobile World Congress in Barcelona will feature a demonstration and further explanations from the 3 companies in February. Secure blockchain phones are beginning to penetrate the market. Major firms like HTC have developed serious options. However, a carrier-based solution will have a much wider reaching effect for blockchain adoption as a whole. The internet is ubiquitous today, and most people have no clue how it works. Many believe blockchain adoption will follow a similar path. I agree. I agree with that. OneChain founder Jack Liu couldn't be more excited about the new partnership. In an exclusive statement to CCN, he says, mobile phones are essential for blockchain to be adopted globally. Stop right there. It would be almost silly for KGX not to have something in the cell phone industry. Mobile phones are essential for blockchain adoption globally. We are thrilled to announce this technical implementation to get digital assets and blockchain technology to the masses. We look forward to showing our first prototype and discussing with attendees at Mobile World Congress in February. The Barcelona event will be held on February 25th through the 28th of this year. I wish I could go to that. February 25th, I'll just be in Atlanta February 22nd. I wish I can go to that. But for anybody that might be confused, I can't paint the picture. Actually, yes, I can. In fact, I'm probably going to do another Facebook Live because this is just sick. And for a bigger opportunity, KGX is an ability to help you earn Bitcoin. Once you earn Bitcoin, you need to know what to do with it, what to do with your profits and your money. And you get to a point where you have enough money to invest in a new company coming out that's going to become the next Amazon. There is nothing bigger than dealing with anything that has to do with cell phones, because the cell phone is in every single person's hand, and they're spending 40% of their day with their face in the phone. Everybody understand that? All right, so that's it for Crypto Talk this morning. Ah, man, it's raining hard. I don't know. I might just want to climb back in bed. I don't know. But I probably would do this. I mean, this is powerful, some of these statements. I'm going to make some quotes off of this. But again, we are offering right now the ability, I'm not talking about KGX because we don't have it yet, but if you do want to eliminate your phone bill, you can get with me or whoever you know might be selling SIM cards that eliminate your phone bill for 5 years for just $300. And as a disclaimer, I would caution, this stuff is still in prototype phase. So what I didn't port my phone number over yet because I wanted to test the thing out. I wanted to try it out. So I just got a second phone. And I've been testing it out for more than a month, almost 2 months. So I got another phone, tried it out. So I would advise, be cautious. This is brand new technology. The ones that come out first are not the ones that win at the end of the day. We still have, probably the next generation that comes out is going to be much better than what we're seeing right now. I'm just excited because I'm a nerd and a geek with this new type of technology. I got to get my hands on it. Like when a new toy comes out, I got to get my hands on it. So be cautious on that. Don't be smart. I'm going to be saving my family over about $34,000 with these SIM cards. It's just sick. So anyways, have a great day, everybody. There will not be late night crypto talk tonight because I'm doing a KGX presentation. KGX presentation at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on www.kgxglobal.com. kgxglobal.com tonight. Let's learn about crypto education. That's priceless. Nobody could take that from you. Wish everybody a great day. Bitcoin Brandon out. God bless. Bye-bye.